Hello! Today I just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on a nonfiction book that I just finished reading. And this one is by Mary Roach. It's called Stiff: The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers. And right off the bat, you know what this book is about. But it's not about death as in dying, which I think is a really important point to put up front. It's not a sad book about grieving or loss and coping with loss. It's actually quite practical in its nature, in its point of view. It's literally about what your physical body, what your cadaver would be able to contribute to after your life is ended. She covers a whole lot of things in this book, and it ranges from things that are more practical, such as donating your body to science, becoming the cadaver that, medical students or anatomy students are learning with, becoming a crash test dummy, to sort of looking at the more sticky, ethical, moral situations and definitions. And obviously using cadavers is sort of a interesting ethical situation in itself. It depends on a personal belief system, and it really becomes a problem, and she highlights it when she discusses it under the frame of military research. Basically the research of what weapons can do to a physical body. And is it alright to use someone's grandpa to do that kind of research? As for definitions, she really looks at the definition of death, and she frames that part under the concept of a beating heart cadaver, which is a brain-dead body functional on only the most fundamental levels and only kept alive because of machinery, essentially. Overall, I thought it was a really interesting read, and before I tell you that I laughed out loud at this book unintentionally in public places, I should probably tell you that the tone that Mary Roach took to this book was very lighthearted and very humorous. But obviously, despite that, there were inevitable amounts of gruesome details, and to skip over them, either on her end or our end, just seems disrespectful to the dead and those who work with them. So I don't blame her at all for this, and she does an incredible job of balancing the sort of gruesomeness with the lightheartedness. But just in case you're not really used to reading about dead bodies, there are details that might creep you out a little, that might make you feel uncomfortable. I did have to put this book down a couple times just so I could walk away from it, breathe a little, and then come back to it. But I did finish it in the end, and I thought it was, like I said, actually a very enjoyable read. Overall, I thought it was super freaking interesting, and I make a lot of notes in my books. I can't tell if you can see the underlines and the note-taking on the sides, but basically every time I thought there was something interesting, I would highlight it, and I'd make a note on the side. And this book was by far the best place for me to get did you knows. For example, getting a little peek at the book. Mr. Money, where are you? They're actually everywhere in this book. I don't know why I can't find anything. For example, did you know that nowadays enlightened medical schools will hire a pelvic educator, a sort of professional vagina, who allows a student to practice on her and offers personalized feedback, and is, in my book anyway, a nominee for sainthood. Also, did you know most crashing airplanes don't hit the ground from 30,000 feet? The vast majority crash on takeoff or landing, either on or near ground. And Shanahan, I think is the researcher that she's talking to in this case, says that 80 to 85% of plane crashes are potentially survivable. Potentially in this case is highly qualified. A lot of things need to be in order for that potential to be realized, but 80 to 85%. Bet you didn't know that. Anyway, it's full of information such as that, and I thought I learned a lot from the book. The author presented it in a way that was really interesting and really easy to absorb. So those are my general thoughts on Stiff by Mary Roach. If you guys have any comments, please leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And also, personally, I'm still trying to work on how to present a book review on video form, and any sort of comment, advice, criticism, you did this well, you did this terribly, you should never do that again, or I'm perfect, which I'm not. But if you guys have any comments at all, I would really, really, really like to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, month here. Bye!